Hey Earthlings!
Hey there.
Probably you have heard about cacao ceremony.
Yeah, what is this new age trend
New
that's
hype.
going on?
Yeah, so in this video we're gonna share with you about the plant medicine cacao. So what's ceremonial cacao and what's the difference between the ceremonial cacao and any cacao you can buy in the shop. And we will share also our healing experience, our healing journey with this medicine
Over the past few years.
and how we used it in events.
Yeah, so you will see some pictures and videos throughout this video from our own personal events.
Yeah, so let's start.
This is the start of something new. This is the start of something magical. This is the start of something new. This is the start of something true.
So, what's ceremonial cacao? Basically, cacao has been used for thousands of years by Native Americans in South America, especially by the Mayas, who used it as a bridge between the mundane and the divine. It was the drink of the gods, basically. And nowadays, we have chocolate in the supermarkets, and it has nothing to do with the plant medicine cacao.
With the spirit, with the effect that give you to drink raw cacao in a ceremonial way.
Yeah. So ceremonial cacao is different in that it's raw. It doesn't have any added sugar or fats or anything else. It's just cacao, and it's prepared in a ceremonial, sacred way, from cultivating it to harvesting it, and the way we prepare it for the ceremony itself.
And because it's in the raw form, it still contains all the minerals and all the antioxidants that usually get destroyed in the heating process.
Yeah, however, that's not the reason why the Mayas used it. Cacao is a medicine. And the way we use it in the Western society, it's actually kind of like abusing a medicine, like we tend to do with
Even
all
like
the
with
plants.
ayahuasca.
Yeah, we tend to
Yeah.
kind of like commercialize and abuse all the beautiful medicines that come out of the nature and from the jungle. And so the reason why they used it throughout the history is because it brings you from your head space to the heart space. And we eat mostly raw, and a lot of raw foodists don't actually use cacao because they believe that it's not good for you, it's not a food. And I actually agree with them,
Yeah, it's a medicine.
Yeah, it's not a food, it's a medicine. And we are completely abusing cacao in the modern society, the way we eat it, as if it's like a everyday dessert just for the enjoyment of it. And we're not actually getting the real benefit of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of turning against us. I mean, it makes sense. It doesn't really taste that great in its purest form. It's very bitter if you don't add any sweetener to it.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Medicines tend to be bitter.
Makes sense. So why ceremonial cacao becoming so popular and why we like to use it in our events and retreats? The main reason for this is a medicine that will help you open your heart. It helped me personally so much to be in my heart space, to drop kind of like from the mind to the heart and be present in my feelings and my sensation, and being in a kind of like a feeling bubble where I can connect to my intuition, connect to my inner guidance system, connect to other in a really deep level.
Yeah.
And we saw it happening in all our workshop, that people, when we drink ceremonial cacao in a ceremony, we saw people how deeply and how quick they kind of like drop in the space of connection and being present. And this is something we don't see so much in our like external or society around us.
Yeah. And what does it mean to be in the heart space? Most of the time we operate from the mind when we interact with people.
Yeah.
Everything is about words and concepts. We see world through this lens of concepts. And being in the heart space is basically a feeling experience that is very natural for all children.
Yeah.
Where you feel other people, where you're just present with what is in this moment, what's alive in you.
Yeah. And in that level you can know people more, you can know what's happening in them, despite if they say like make sense in a logical level or not. You can see beyond the words. And this is the power of plant medicine cacao. It's not something like psychoactive like ayahuasca or San Pedro or magic mushroom or all these things. It's more kind of like subtle effect that kind of like help you to drop in your inner world.
Yeah, and to be present in your body. I very much find cacao, brings you in touch with your senses. And we like to use it in our cuddle workshops, for example, because it really brings people into the physical body, and it kind of facilitates the process of getting closer to each other physically as well. And we enjoy touch much more because we're not stuck in the head, in the thoughts of oh my god, am I acting the right way? It's just this relaxation,
being in
no
the moment.
thoughts, just like enjoying your physical senses.
Also, we notice in our events that many people who are kind of like stuck in the mind, kind of like not in touch with their feelings, they have so much resistance to ceremonial cacao. We notice in our workshop that they even can't drink it. Like it's an unconscious resistance of being outside the mind. So the mind make like so many excuses, like, oh, it's bitter, no, it doesn't feel good, and all this excuses just not to be kind of like the mind out of control.
Yeah, exactly. Like being identified with the mind is actually a protection mechanism to not feel our feelings that have been painful or out of control when we were children. And that's why many adults, they are completely kind of like cut off from here, only living in the headspace.
Not like sensation, no feelings.
Yeah, not even feeling their bodies fully.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a protection mechanism, and cacao is an amazing tool to help you come more back to your body and your senses, your heart space.
And if you want to know more about the mind consciousness, check our video. We basically made a full video about this topic because it's very important.
Yeah.
And we like to emphasize that it's a plant medicine. It's not like hot chocolate or something. It's a plant medicine that can emphasize your intention, and this is why we always drink it in a ceremonial way, where we have like beautiful setting, where we have like set intention for ourselves and for the group. And believe it or not, like every time I set intention, it comes through during the ceremony or just like after it. So it's a really powerful medicinal plant that can help you in your healing journey.
So like intention can be anything. It can be, for example, help me feel myself more. It could be
help me answer this question, like what's holding me back from like harmony with my partner or with my family.
Yeah, and all you have to do is be open to, feeling the answer from within, or it might come to you through other people in interactions if you're with other people. And another reason why I personally really love drinking cacao is because it really puts me in my creative flow. So like it's an amazing idea to drink cacao before doing a creative project like art or and that's why people drink it when they go to ecstatic dance, for example, because it really puts you in that flow state.
And the cacao spirit feels very feminine spirit, very receptive, very fluent, and you can feel it when you drink the cacao. You're more into the flow, more like wanting to move, like
the creative flow, into intimacy and connection. It's a very kind of feminine plant, and some people say that it's kind of like a diva that you have to treat well when you prepare it. Just high standards. And like Ram said, it's a very receptive energy, so that's why the intention is so important. Like when you are preparing the cacao and when you're setting your intention before drinking it, it kind of absorbs your energy and your intention into it, and as you drink it, you take in that vibration that was put into the cacao. Yeah,
and we deepened our experience with the plant medicine during our journey in Ecuador, where we visited indigenous community and saw how they grow the trees. We picked it ourselves from the tree and eat it raw even. That was like a beautiful experience to connect with the spirit of the medicine in the origin of it.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful medicine, guys. We really recommend you to try it. Like you don't need alcohol or something like that, or even coffee, like, and we really recommend that before drinking it. Like don't drink it to a full stomach. You can even drink it to an empty stomach, so that you can really get the full benefit of it. Yeah. And cacao also wakes you up a lot, especially if you're not used to drinking coffee or something like that. You really feel kind of, but it's like this smooth, feeling just like more alive and more focused. It's not like this peak that you get with coffee.
Yes.
And we don't recommend drinking cacao every day because it is a stimulant, as we wouldn't recommend you to drink coffee every day either. Because it really, it stimulates your system, and because we eat pretty like clean diet, raw vegan, and we don't use any stimulants, it impacts us a lot, and that's why you like to drink it in the morning.
If we drink it like after maybe 5 or 6 p.m., we find it difficult to fall asleep.
Yeah, so we like to drink it at like 11 in the morning or 12 or something like that.
So in the future, we will share with you about how to make cacao ceremony at home, what happened in cacao ceremonies,
and at least 3 recipes for making a delicious cacao. We've kind of perfected the art of preparing ceremonial cacao.
So if you want to watch those videos, subscribe and click on the notification button so you can be notified when we upload a new video.
Yeah. We're also planning to do more videos about plant medicine. We already made one about San Pedro. You can see it here. So check that out if you're interested in that.
Yeah, and we see you in next video.
Bye-bye.
Love you, Earthlings.